Alrighty guys, in this video I'm going to share with you the last AI prompt that you're ever going to need. This is really important because when I first got deeper into AI about a year and a half ago, I got sucked into buying pretty much any product that I saw on my Facebook newsfeed that said like prompting pack with like 3,000 prompts, regardless of how generic it was. And most of them, when I bought it, actually just copied and pasted from the other products. But whenever it said prompting pack, I would get interested and I would buy it. And so I have a collection of all these different prompting packs that I bought from like $20 all the way up to $500 that I have pretty much never used. So the reason why I haven't used it is because it's so overwhelming to figure out what is the perfect prompt for your specific use case and for your specific situation. And just playing with AI every day for the last year and a half or so, I have figured out that the best way to use AI is to ask AI how to use it. Okay, so I'm actually creating a book cover for a client right now, and I thought this is probably a good video idea to show you. So I have a book cover here attached for my 1 Hour book system. Now, what I'm trying to do is create a prompt that is going to be used by some of my students in the 1 Hour book system so that they can take information from their clients and they can create a book cover for their clients. So this prompt is going to spit out a book cover, a professionally designed book cover from ChatGPT. Okay, so here is exactly what I would do. And this one prompt, it's not an exact copy paste, but it's one prompt framework that you can use to give you any prompt that you need for any situation without having to comb through thousands and thousands of different useless prompts for your situation. So I'm just going to tell it exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to say, first I like to give it some context. So I'll just say you are an expert graphic designer. And I am creating a prompt that will create a professional book cover. The user will attach an example book cover, and your prompt will give an output of a 1600 by 2560 book cover. You will ask the user for any details you need to create the cover. You understand? So I'm telling it what it is. You're an expert graphic designer, and I'm telling it what I'm doing. I'm creating a prompt that will create a professional book cover. The user will attach an example book cover, and your prompt will give an output of a 1600 by 2560 book cover. So this is the size that we use for Kindle. You will ask the user for any details that you need to create the cover. Do you understand? So we're going to paste this in. And now it's going to create us a prompt. So you can see here, Master AI book cover prompt. Generate a clean, professional, modern professional nonfiction book cover at 1600 by 2560 resolution. Okay. So we're creating a nonfiction book cover inspired by the attached reference. Use a clean minimalist layout with bold sans serif fonts. The title should be highly legible and dominate the visual hierarchy. The subtitle should be centered or clearly aligned beneath the title. Use a dark background, preferably black. If you don't like this, you can change it. So if you don't want it to be a dark background, you can change that. And include 1 or 2 high contrast accent colors. No illustrations or images, just text and layout features. The layout should follow the style of the reference image. Include a horizontal line or accent. So this is following the exact example that I attached here. Okay. So what just happened? Well, I didn't know what the perfect prompt would be to create a book cover, right? I want to give something to my 1 Hour book system students where they can put it in and they can create book covers like mine if they like this layout. If they don't like this, they can attach a different book cover and say create it like this. So I've created a prompt in a matter of seconds where now let's just try this out. So I'm going to copy this and we can paste it in. And then all we have to do is fill this out. So I'm going to use one of my other books as an example. So no sales calls. How to enroll 4 to 5 figure. This is one of my other 1 Hour books. going to change this out to me. And we're going to change this to gold. So, yep, we got everything here. So, in a matter of seconds, I have created a prompt that tells me, it repeats back to me exactly what needs to be given to the system, to AI, to create a book cover. Now, this is just for one use case, right? I'm not going to give you like a copy paste to use because you can use this for basically any situation. I could start another ChatGPT string and just say, now you are an expert copywriter. Here is my book, and I want to create a prompt that will use Dan Kennedy's Ultimate Sales Letter Framework and write copy in the voice of, let's just say, Gary Halbert. And you are going to create me a sales page for this book. And so I upload my book's manuscript. It takes all the information from the book, and it uses Dan Kennedy's Sales Letter Framework and writes in the voice of Gary Halbert to create me a sales page. I actually did that exact thing when I launched the 1 Hour Book System last year in 2024. But let's just check back in here. I'm going to pause the video for a second until this loads, and then we're going to see what the finished product looks like. All right, so here is what we have. This is the finished product, and it looks pretty similar to the framework that I used for my 1 Hour Book System. So you can see here, modern sans serif font. No Sales Calls, How to Close 4 to 5 Figure Clients Without the Phone by Sean Anthony. We have the gold accent line, and I can download this image and I could use this for my book cover if I wanted to. I could create a 3D rendering out of this. But as you just saw, in a matter of seconds, we were able to create the exact prompt that we needed. We copied that prompt and we pasted it back into AI, and it gave us the output as you're seeing on the screen here, which is the book cover. You can use this for any situation and any use case that you need. So next, I would probably take this if I'm creating a book from scratch and I'm creating the sales materials and all that. I would probably use it to create a 3D rendering, and then I would create another prompt to create the sales page in somebody's voice and using their framework. But this is the last AI prompt, last AI prompt framework that you're ever going to need, because any prompt that you need, you can go directly to AI and ask AI how to create the best prompt for your situation. So I hope this was useful. If you guys want to see more AI tips and tricks on how to make money, save time, and get more work done, let me know in the comments what you want to see next. If you want to apply AI as a service, then one of the best services you can offer right now is AI book publishing. And if you go to oneourbooks.com/system, you can get my step-by-step program on how to do that for $27. But let me know what you want to see in the comments next. I'm still doing these videos every day. I'm traveling in Dallas right now, so hopefully I don't miss a day. But let me know what you want to see next, and we'll get it to one of the future videos. So I hope you guys found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one.